Now, I'm profoundly convinced that when the two of them met in 1952 and had a whirlwind relationship, which maybe, Boris, you can clarify this. I believe they were together for 3.5 weeks or a month before they decided to marry. It was a very, very short time. 38-year-old Irving, 28-year-old Angie, and they married only a few months later. And again, I profoundly believe that there was a meeting of the minds. And I heard the phrase kindred spirits, people who share a common outlook, a common feeling about the world, a common optimism about the world. And I think very much that is what brought them together and kept them together through all the ebbs and flows of life. My father was striving to create a better world through political struggle. My mother searched for beauty in the world. And without such a striving for beauty, it is impossible to change the world. I believe the two of them greatly influenced each other and developed and sharpened each other's appreciation of the world. They have enjoyed classical music together, trying to beat Renee and Charles at Scrabble, and tracking down the most exotic birds from Jamaica Bay to Mexico to Nova Scotia. They have enjoyed rearing their sons, and although we haven't always been angels, and they've fallen in love with their grandchildren and daughter-in-law. Again, this was the remarks that I made to them when they were still very much alive. In a couple of years, these two will be celebrating their 50th anniversary. In fact, it's now a 50th anniversary. And in that half a century, as I've said, my mother and father have affected the lives of many, and of course, quite directly, my brother, the musician and the scientist, and myself, the socialist and the journalist. After retiring from their jobs in the 1980s, they pursued with much energy their ideals and artistic pursuits, whether as community activists, volunteer teachers for school children, volunteers at veterans hospitals, and parents and grandparents. As we close this century, I said again, now we're of course in the end of the first decade of the 21st century, I can say that my parents witnessed both times of great hopes and possibility and deep tragedies. My mother was oft to say, didn't mankind learn anything from the past? Well, one thing is clear, and that is how precious those are who have a vision, who are deeply moved by beauty, and unimpressed and unswayed by the superficial and the banal, and who boldly strive to create that beauty in the world through all they touch. I want to say to Mom and Dad, you may not be sufficiently aware of it, but that is your legacy, and we are all proud of it, Irving and Angela. On behalf of my brother, myself, my wife Tracy, my son Ethan, and daughter Simone, and our coming baby Simone, and on behalf of all of those here who were touched by this lovely couple, I want to express my deepest love and the happiest and best wishes to Irving and Angela White. Thank you very much.